Hello, and welcome to another edition of BeaverFinance. I'm your host, Robert T. Anderson. In this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 ways to build wealth and become a millionaire. So you won't want to miss this video. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 practical ways you can start to build wealth today. So tip number 1, spend less than you make. It sounds simple, but really what it comes down to is you need to be able to have extra money each month in order to put to work for you. So you first need to take a look at your spending. So put together a budget. You can do this in Excel. You can sign up for a service like mint.com. We'll put a link in the bio below so you can check that out. And here you will start to get an idea of all your money coming in and all your money going out. And hopefully there's more money coming in than going out. And if there isn't, you can start to take practical ways to cut back on some unnecessary spending so that you have more cash flow each month to start to put to work. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 would be to invest at least 10 to 20% of your income. So hopefully after doing that budget exercise, you've determined that you have at least 10 to 20% of your income available to start to invest. So 10 to 20% is a good place to start. If you haven't already read The Wealthy Barber by David Chilton, I highly recommend you read that book. We'll put a link in the description below and you can get your copy and read it. He has a lot of great tips. He has a second version out that's more recent that talks about the 20%. So that's what you'd want to aim for. If you can do more, that's even better. Now, depending on where you live, if you live in Canada, you'll want to look at registered accounts first. So you want to look at a tax-free savings account or an RSP. In the States, you'll want to look at a Roth IRA or 401k. So depending on where you're from, take a look at your registered plans so you can take advantage of the tax benefits that each account will give you. And here you can start to put away whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly contributions into these accounts. And over time, if it's properly invested, you will build wealth. You only need 25 to 30 years to properly allow your money to grow year on year to reach millionaire status. So that's important. What you invest in is less important than your savings rate. So at least 70 to 75% of your success will be on your ability to save. So if you can hit that goal of at least 10 to 20%, you're going to be well on your way. Then you can start to look at what you're investing in, whether that's mutual funds, ETFs, stocks. It's less relevant in what you're investing in as long as you are investing and taking on risk to grow your wealth. That's the most important thing. We'll go further in depth in future videos on what to invest in and how to properly invest. But first, you want to invest that 10 to 20%. So tip number 3, start a business. Now, for some of you that may work at a job, that might not seem realistic. However, I've seen it time and time again. People take the plunge and leave their job and jump into their own business, even if it's consulting work based on an expertise that you may have. Starting a business can be a great way to build wealth. Now, there is a difference between being self-employed and a business owner. We'll go more in depth on comparing the two, but a self-employed person still typically trades their time for money, just like you would at a job, except for you're the boss. Whereas with a business owner, they can leverage other people to get the work done, and still essentially have their time, and earn more money. Hence why having a business can be a great way to leverage time and money, and over time start to build passive income or an asset that you can sell in the future. So we'll go more in depth on businesses in future videos, but definitely if you can start to build a business, look at incorporation. Starting a corporation has a lot of benefits as well. So we'll also talk about that in a future video. So starting a business was tip number 3. So that brings us into tip number 4. So if starting a business right away might not be as practical for you, what I would suggest is creating a side hustle. This has become more and more popular over the last 2 to 5 years. And we've seen a lot of individuals starting side hustles. Everything from, selling products through Instagram, whether that's home-based products. You'll see, a mother of 2, selling other products to other moms. That can be considered a side hustle. Whether you have a course, you sell your knowledge, or you provide some coaching, that's a side hustle. Or there's lots of different ways through Amazon or Shopify, selling goods as well, or drop shipping. There are a lot of different side hustle ideas, and essentially what you want to do is start to earn a little extra income on the side, hence the term side hustle. And you can typically do these things while holding down a regular full-time job. So as you start to build up and increase sales, it may be something that you could transition into later on. So consider a side hustle that is a passion of yours that you could work on, and put the time into, even if it isn't earning income right away, you'll be able to persevere because you enjoy what you're doing, and the sales will come. So we'll talk more about side hustles later, but creating a side hustle can be a great way to build extra wealth and then be able to take that money and invest it and grow other assets as well. So that brings us into our last tip, and that is real estate. Some of you were probably waiting for that tip. Real estate is certainly talked about a lot, with interest rates around the world at such low levels, demand for more space in the house due to the pandemic and other issues going on. People want more space. People want to own a piece of the action as well. They want to build wealth like you do. So certainly real estate, both from your own personal residence to actually investing in additional rental properties. So there are different ways to make money with real estate, of course. At a very high level, certainly buying a rental property and renting it out and generating cash flow on a monthly basis is a good way to build wealth. You also build wealth through the appreciation and value of that property. Or it could be something that you purchase that property and then fix it up and flip it. So you could make money through flipping real estate. Another option that's starting to become a little more popular could be wholesaling real estate. I'm not big on that. However, it is something that people do. They negotiate private sales of homes, and once agreed upon with the homeowner, they'll take that deal and then resell it to an investor potentially for a margin. And you can make a profit on essentially exchanging in being the exchange for a property like that. Now, of course, typically holding on to a property because it's a better investment in the long run, but you can certainly make money off it each deal as well. So bonus tip for you, as much as it's important to spend less, invest your money, buy real estate, create a business, start a side hustle, it's also important to insure yourself as well, or make sure you are properly insured. Making sure you have the proper liability coverage on your properties, on your automobiles in case of accidents or lawsuits. You want to make sure you have proper and adequate life insurance for you, your family, and your estate. You want to be properly insured in case you get sick. You don't want to be, leveraging, to build and buy assets, and then find out you're sick, and then having to distress sell some of your assets or cash in or take on big tax bills. You want to have cash coming in from insurance policy, hence a critical illness policy that will provide you a lump sum benefit. As well, you want to make sure your paycheck or your income streams are protected enough to at least sustain all your household expenses at a minimum. If you're in business, you might want to reassess expenses to keep the business afloat as well. So that's through disability coverage. So it's very important to insure yourself. Obviously, there's that notion one could be overinsured, but certainly being underinsured to me sounds worse when something happens. So bonus tip was make sure you're properly insured all around. So talk to a licensed insurance broker or insurance advisor. So in case you've missed any of our other videos, please check out our YouTube page. You won't want to miss all our content. And don't forget to please like this video if you got some value. Also, please subscribe so you're notified on future videos. We've got a lot of content. I got a huge list of content ideas. And also, if you have ideas you'd like to hear about from us, please comment below. Let us know what videos you'd like to see next. And perhaps we'll give you a shout out if your video idea is picked. Question of the day. Let us know if you have started any of these wealth building tips. So whether that's spending less than you make, investing at least 10 to 20% or more ideally, starting a business of some kind, or creating a side hustle, and or investing in real estate. Let us know below. We want to hear how it's going. Or if you have any other wealth building tips, put it in the comments. We'd like to know. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.